Welcome to Math with Miss Stacy. In this video, we will discuss how to subtract with negative numbers. Uh, Positives and negatives, if you include all the positives and negatives, you're talking about integers. And these are whole numbers that are integers. The same applies for fractions and decimals. I just want to show with integers. Okay, the rule here is that two negatives in a row with no number in between the negatives equal a positive. Two negatives in a row with no number in between them equal a positive. So let's look. We have our first example, 2 minus -1. Those two negatives are going to turn into a positive. These two negatives turn into a positive. We have 2 plus 1, which is 3. Another way to think of this is using a number line, and I'm going to demonstrate each of these on the number line. So the first number is the number you start at. So we're going to start at the number 2. The sign of your operation is subtraction. So we're going to face to the left. And then we have a -1. So with a negative number, we're going to walk backwards. And we end up at 3. Okay, that might take a second to sink in, but that's okay. We're going to do more examples. Next, we have -3 minus -2 equals. So we're going to start at -3. And we're going to face in the negative direction because like you pretend you're walking on the number line here on a very large number line. You face in the negative direction because we have subtraction, but then the number is -2. So we're going to walk backwards for 2 and get to -1. So we have two negatives in a row without a number between them, so those turn into a positive. -3 plus 2 is -1. Okay, next we have -1 minus 2. So we start at -1 and it's a subtraction. So we again face to the left. And since 2 is a positive number, we're going to go forward 1 and forward another 1 to -3. Okay, next we have -3 minus -5. So we start at -3, face in the negative direction, but walk backwards 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2. Also, these two negatives in a row become a positive. -3 plus 5 is 2. Okay, 4 minus 6. I threw in positive numbers here that go into the negative territory. So we have +4 is our starting point. We're heading facing in the negative direction, and we're going to go 6 units to -2. One thing I would like to say is that subtracting a positive number is the exact same thing as adding a negative number. So if you subtract a positive, that equals adding a negative number. Those are the same. Okay, erase this one. Our last example, 1 minus -2. Sometimes you will see the negative number in parentheses, and that's okay. No problem. We still have two negatives in a row without a number in between them, so we turn these into a plus sign. Two negatives in a row. 1 plus 2 is 3. Or you can think of it as this, 1 heading in facing the negative direction, but going backwards 2 to 3. So 1 minus -2 is 3. Okay, so the first number, if you're walking on the number line, the first number is where you start. The sign is which direction you face. If it's a plus sign, you face going larger on the number line. If it's a subtraction sign, you face going negative. And then your second number, if it's positive, you walk forward. And if it's negative, you walk backward. That should help you remember how to do subtraction with negative numbers. Also, two negatives in a row with no number in between them equal a positive. Okay, it's time for our affirmations. Say them with me. I can learn math. I can learn anything. Have a great day.